Yo, what up you guys, it's your girl Kenzie and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm back to my usual setup and don't mind the suitcases if you can see them. I am actually on vacation right now. Right as this is up, I'm actually visiting my mom as a surprise birthday for her. Her birthday's coming up and I decided to spend the big 6-1 for her and my boyfriend as well in New Hampshire, so that should be exciting. The vlogs will be up of that soon, so that's awesome. So I decided to do this plane setup because I hated the last setup and that really hurt my back. So I'm like, you know what, I don't have my back brace yet because I've got to buy it, because you guys do not know, my shoulders roll forward, not back. So I don't have a straight back. I'm really hunched over. So I'm buying a back brace sometime when I get back, whenever I get money and pay my dad. So that way my shoulders don't like slouch forward or back. They're literally straight back. So I actually will be 5 foot. But anyways, last week, guys, I did the first book of the Cursed Wolf. I did Lost Wolf. I went over that and you guys seem to be okay with it. I can't remember. It's been a while since I checked. So I decided to do the second book for this week, just to get it through out of the way, because those are the only 2 books I've reread so far. I don't think I want to reread the others, just because I remembered how, like I said in the first book, like I said in the first video of the book series, that the first, like, so many books, like, got me into it. Like, I think it was the first 3 books had me so into it and it was great, but then the last 4 to 5 books, like the last like 2 books were like really slow. It took me a while to read and I'm not about that life. Nope. So I'm probably gonna do these 2, and if you guys want me to do the other books, like review the other books, comment that down below and I'll actually do it, and also give this video a thumbs up. But before I grab my journal that is on my bench, if you're new to my channel and it's the first time seeing my face, hi, what up, my name is Kenzie. You should really hit the subscribe button down below and click that bell, the post notification, so you get notified every time I post a new video every single week. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. I hate that my bedroom is a mess. But the second book of the series that I have written in here, that I know you guys can't see because of the light and because I wrote in pencil. Shut up. I worked hard. But actually no, most of this was written in pen, so you can probably see some of it. But the second book is called Chosen Wolf. It's literally the same book, but I feel like as it progressed further on to get to the 5th book, it kept taking some time, added some chapters into here or there, and it gave a little bit more of a backstory than the last book. Oh, but I forgot to mention, if you haven't seen my video of the first book or even read the first book, stop watching this video and click on that. I'll probably put a link, I will put a link down below, but I also put like something else up there so you can see it, so you guys can actually watch it before you watch this. That's my little disclaimer. So I don't know what to say about this book. This book isn't okay. There's some werewolf fantasy books that I can get into because I'm into wolves, I'm into werewolves, no problem. But there are some things to an extent that is just, I don't know. I just felt like I kept skimming through most of it, but I'm going to pull up my Amazon account. As you guys can see, I'm pulling it up and putting in the book. You can see I'm pulling it up. And again, like the first book, you can only find this on Kindle or even on your iPhone iBook app. So that's all fun and dandy. There are a lot of books that she has written. This author has done by Stanton Clefin. I think I pronounced it wrong the last time too. So, and again, I keep scrolling through and they always show me new books to read, and most of them are just like, why didn't you not recommend me that book the first time? So I kind of want to do that. Wow, this actually makes me look a lot better. The lighting is going to shift because I move around a lot, and this is an auto focus camera, so it's not going to be as blinding as like my camera usually is, or in this one. So I'm already scrolled down to reviews, and you guys know what that means. I'm going to start reading the reviews and then give you my facts about it, my thoughts on these reviews and what I think about the book as well. So let's get to reading the reviews. Alright, so there weren't that many reviews on here. It has a 4.7 out of 5 stars, and it has a 90 customer rating on it. Like around 90 people have written their reviews about it. And it just brought back a little bit more memories of how this book actually really is. Because it's been like probably half a month since I read this book. But surprisingly, there's not a whole lot of like 1 to 2 star reviews. Like most of the time I'll see a lot. Let me see if I can autofocus to my phone, if it will. Don't think it will. But there's not a whole lot, like there's literally no 1 to 2 star reviews. There is around like 9% of 3 stars. And it's just like saying, you know, the book is very long. Or not the book is very long, it's just very boring in some parts. The series continues to hold my attention, ready for the next book, it's a light read. Yes, I like the phenomenal supernatural, but this is more of a teenage love affair. For some weird reason, I love teenage books more. And like the fourth ones were like describing how it's a little bit better. This is a great little place to read, you know. It captured more attention than the first book. And I will say that is true. This book actually did capture more attention for me than the first book. I think the third book is just a little bit, I think the third book is where it kind of takes a little bit of a turn. Actually no, I think the third book is the greatest. I think it's the fourth book that mainly like takes the turn. I can't remember how many books are in this series and I don't really care. But what did I do? I'm just gonna go, okay, so it says what books are in the series right here. It says there's The Lost Wolf, Chosen Wolf, Haunted Wolf, Broken Wolf, Cursed Wolf, and The Secret Jaguar. So I think like The Haunted Wolf, I'm probably say it's probably pretty good. I think it's when the Broken and Cursed Wolf starts taking a turn. And I haven't read The Secret Jaguar, but that's just another book, so you can see a bit more into Carter's life as a jaguar, because he is the jaguar shifter. But let me read the description and then I'll go to my bullet journal and we'll start from there. It says, Victoria is a werewolf who can't shift, and it's slowly killing her. Since leaving her family's pact, Victoria has acquired many enemies. One of them has cursed her with the inability to turn at the full moon. Even unshift is even painfully worse than the last, breaking bones and as well as her optimism. Before finding the curse, Victoria must figure out who is behind it, and that proves harder than it would seem. Even with the High Witch, a Valkyrie, that's who she was. She was a Valkyrie. I couldn't pronounce that for the life of me for a while. And a former troll king on her side, the mystery only continues to deepen. A cursed body is unearthed and friends disappear. Can Victoria and her new pack find the cure in time to save both her and their missing friends? And it says, reading Chosen Wolf today to satisfy your craving for a heart-pounding phenomenal tale. To be honest, this is kind of like a Harry Potter gone wrong type of book. Like, instead of it being witchcrafty, you know, with the wands and stuff, and instead of Voldemort coming out, it's literally her family trying to kill her. So, there's literally the same characters in the book from the first book. The only new changes is the vampire family that adopted Zamar, I can't pronounce names, the vampire wife that is married to Jet, like I explained into the first book. I think you see a little more of Sasha, who is Victoria's roommate in the first book, and she has friends as well. There are a little bit other characters as well. Like it says, the only characters that are new are Franklin, which is part of Victoria's old pack, and the High Witch, which is the family witch. Her family comes in, and of course the vampires, like I explained. Those are the only new characters that are in the book as well. So in the last book, if I could speak, I can't speak because I'm trying to get out of here as really fast as I can. So at the end of the last book, Victoria kisses, gets a love spell like onto her, and she kisses both Carter and Toby, and she gets her memory back, and of course Toby proposes to her and she says yes. So they're happily engaged, and they're trying to figure out to get rid of the curse that is complete on her because she still cannot shift. So that brings us to today's book. She still can't shift, so it hurts her even more, like I explained in the first book, how it was like very painful for her. It was like at the beginning it was very mild, like a headache. She just took some aspirin and everything, but it progressively got worse to where she was breaking bones in her body. She was screaming very painfully, and she can even still feel the pain of where the bones have broken the next day. So that's basically it. So it says the main points, like Victoria has all her memories back. So that's nothing new. She still can't shift with the rest of the pack, which is what I explained. And tries to find the cure for Victoria and the pack. So they're trying to find the cure, you know, to help Victoria shift back into just being able to shift on the full moon, and also find the moon curse, to lift the moon curse. The moon curse has been explained on both the Vampire Diaries and the originals, and even the Legacy shows. But what the moon curse is the curse of over the wolves, to where they can only shift on the full moon. And there's even Alex, who is a blood wolf. I think I didn't even mention his name in the book because I totally forgot about him until now. He has the ability to switch, like he's a wolf all year, like all month long, except on the full moon, and he can switch back into a human on the full moon. They're the rarest breed of wolves out there, and that was a curse that was on a pack in the originals. I can't remember her name. Haley, that's who it is. Haley's pack in the original series. That's how I remember it. Carter is like back in the story, but she's not really in love with Carter. Carter was like her boyfriend in the first book, but he feels bad because she figured out that his father is helping both hers and Toby's father, you know, to help break them up and everything, and to kill Toby, because they are in love with each other, and this wolf pack can't, you know, be together at all, which is why Toby came up with his own pack that has different types of wolves, different people. Like Victoria gets Carter into it. Like I said, they have the vampire in it, and even the Valkyrie in there as well. Like, they're their own pack. Like, they don't care about the rules or anything. Like, I'm trying to think, and I'm like, I got pizza I want to get my food. This book is actually pretty great. Like, I know I said in the beginning that it was the hardest book to get through. It wasn't the hardest book to get through, but it is kind of hard for me. Like they said in the reviews, that it was very, like, there are a few places where it's very boring and you wanted to pick up, because like they would be talking about one thing, and then they go about the body, and then they go to another thing, and they don't talk about the body for another chapter or two, and you're like, what about the body? So there's just some things about it that is just like, but it is a good book overall. It's like a big happy medium between the first and the third book as well. And of course, Victoria runs into her old pack when she hangs out with Sasha and her friends, you know, to have a nice day, and she runs into her old pack and all craziness lets loose, and it's not the best, and Toby gets furious and everything. There's just a lot of craziness in the book that I'm trying to remember. So I say this is a good book. I'm gonna give it like, I'm actually gonna be very generous with it and give it like a 4.5, like 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like, it's not the worst book in the world, but it's not technically the best book in the world like I gave the first book. So yeah, my throat is so dry and I want to get my food so badly. I showed you like this, I think I showed you just a little bit of it, but this is the cover of like the book. Like, the first book was really great. This, like, their detail is like so great, which is what captivates everyone. So I'll give them credit for that. So if you like this video so much, please give a very big thumbs up, because you know that's very helpful. Comment down below what you want to see for next week's video. And all my social media will be linked in the description below. You know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouNow. All that will be down in the little doobly box below. And like I said in the beginning, guys, if you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down below or right there. And if you want to check my last video, it'll be right there. I love you all so much, and I'll catch you all next week with a brand new video. Bye!